Alright guys, we're getting ready to go into ride maintenance. Oh, look right in front of us. That's neat. Yeah, see, look at those guide wheels.
That is so cool.
They're so big. Look, Millennium Force trains. All being broken down. Oh look, the original Top Thrill Dragster tree. The original Top Thrill Dragster demo.
There we go.
Oh, the control panel.
And that pulse, that's how you send the train out. Push with those buttons. That turns this panel on. Isn't that cool? That's weird, buddy.
Yeah, each control panel has.
Oh no, I meant like
Oh,
person
model.
who works in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it works on certain types.
Synchronize them.
So like, they have guys who are good at implementing coasters, which is like Millennium Force and Maverick, and then people who have built like other coasters, I'm sure they break them down that way. That's cool. OP5. And the Operator 5, because they used to have the control operator and then operator on the floor and stuff. OP5 is when they launch the trains, and that's their control panel from the ride, from the old ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is definitely.
Like I said,
These buttons are gonna do buttons, so the brakes are
definitely a lot more fun than with this
Step on the pad and press
Step on the, hey, step on the pad and press both blue buttons. You'll launch the train.
So for me, I finished my first 2
I'll tell your daughters you were an operator. That's so awesome.
I go to LCC in Grand County.
So they set up.
I've been thinking the same thing. I've been going to
Only do.
you get to a certain point,
Easy peasy job.
then you end up learning something new that you're like, all right, feels awesome.
Is I'm put your hand under it. I'm gonna let go, but I'm gonna put my hands under yours.
Real strong. Ready?
Look, get your picture.
Nice.
Perfect.
That's pretty cool.
This one's for Maverick.
That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. So you know how if you don't drink your milk and it goes really bad really quick, you gotta drink it before it goes bad. These ones we have to wait to use them because if we use them before the date, then they're bad. So really different, and that has to do with the cure time for the polyurethane. So what's nice about the wheels, as long as this hub is intact, doesn't have any imperfections, no NDT, corrosion, anything like that. If our lining, which is a polyurethane for the majority of the rides, Raptor is still a nylon, which is where it gets that big roar from. So as long as the hub is still intact, and we have lining that is too worn down or blow out, things like that, we can send this hub out. They will take off the polyurethane that it has on and then realign it. And that process is done by hand. So it's all done by hand, no machines. As long as that hub's still intact, I can do that as many times as I need to. And when we do that, so we have the serial number of the wheel, and there are tiny little divots right here. There's 12 of them on here. So this wheel has been realigned 12 different times with new polyurethane. Each Coaster, even our wheels have unique different compounds. So Maverick's compound's not the same as Millennium's compound versus Magnum's isn't the same. Magnum actually also has different compounds depending on the time of the year, whether it's got a harder wheel or a softer wheel. That has a lot to do with the temperature outside. The harder the wheel, the faster the train goes. The hotter it is, the faster the train goes. So in the dead of summer in that heat, you'll see some of the trains go to a softer wheel to slow them down a little bit, versus the pre-season and in the fall where it's super cold, that harder wheel going back on them to speed it up a little bit. Keep it going. Cool. Anybody have any questions?
Is there any type of kind of average wear every time you have to replace?
It depends.
I'm sure with each ride.
Like Steel Vengeance, since it has a heavier train and it's a very dynamic ride, that one tends to go through wheels a little quicker than like the B&Ms. We don't go through as many B&Ms. It depends on the type of wheel. So if it's a road wheel, guide wheel, uplift. So if you're not familiar with the trains, so each car, each train has road wheels which sit on top of the track, and that's what the actual train sits on. You have your guide wheels on the side that helps with the side movement, and then your upstops or your uplifts underneath that helps with that lift. Depends on the wheel too as well. So you might see one train run through more road wheels versus one road going through more guide wheels. So just really depends on the dynamics of the ride and the train and the weather. Weather plays a big impact on how long the wheels last.
So do you determine which specs you're using for the wheels?
We do not, the manufacturers do. So, and that's part, so all the wheels get inspected nightly, and they will check the diameter, the thickness, and make sure everything is still intact, as well as the hub. So that's when you look at this one, which is actually Millennium. It's not the same wheel that I just had in my hand, even though it looks very similar. Part of their inspection is inspecting the hub. This one is one that we can no longer realign because the hub found the slightest little imperfection right here in the hub that has taken it out of the service for it. So, like this one, it's 12 cycles. This one only made it 3 times before the hub was not usable. It really just depends.
What's the drone used for?
Drones are very new to the industry as a whole and new to Cedar Point. A lot of places are starting to use them for supplemental inspections, not to replace our manual inspections, so our trains, our tracks get inspected nightly. We also have a third party that comes in monthly to do inspections of the whole train, NDT or tracks, NDT, things like that. So the drones are now those starting to be used for supplemental inspections. Efficiency, safety, when you look at especially like TT2, that's 420 feet in the air, the spike you have to climb. So more efficient and more safe to send the drone up there initially and then send a mechanic or controls tech if need be. So a lot of places are starting to use them as supplemental inspections in between their normal requirement, which the requirement is different for manufacturers. Some require weekly, daily, or monthly full-on visuals of the track. So, and ours are unique because our pilots, since we are flying at over 400 feet and the size of our drone, they actually have to go get their pilot's license to be able to fly in the air. So right now, like I said, it's very new. So we're in the process of getting more pilots through. So really exciting though, but we have to call in and do all that stuff too. It's cool.
Yeah, I figured like TD2 so you have to be. But I guess it would be better to do that before you send an operator up there and then there's nothing. Yeah.
All right, friends, we're going to start rounding up for lunch.
Maverick. digger.
So, I mean, you don't really get them seeing close up. It's more like.
Yeah. You should see the uplift.
That's the wheel she was talking about.
Yeah, that guy.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then see these this old design. This use the pedal. That's why you see the ride operators jump down because the restraints can only go up the pedals. They can't go. All right, guys, we're gonna head out of the shop and on our way to lunch.